Astrology, Ancient Wisdom or Cosmic Illusion. You're listening to Evolve Science X, where reason meets curiosity and the cosmos meets critical thinking. In this episode, we explore one of humanity's oldest belief systems, astrology. Is it ancient wisdom, misunderstood and symbolic, or a beautiful illusion that science has long left behind? Let's evolve our thinking. What is astrology? Astrology is the belief that the positions and movements of celestial bodies like the planets, the moon, and the stars influence human life. More than that, it suggests these cosmic alignments shape your personality, relationships, even your destiny. When people say, "I'm a Libra," or "I have Mercury in retrograde," they're referring to ideas from astrology, a practice that traces back over 4,000 years. The core tool of astrology is the natal chart, a map of the sky at the exact moment and location of your birth. Astrologers analyze this chart to understand a person's character and future. Most of us know our sun sign, that's just one piece of the chart. The moon sign, rising sign, and planetary aspects form a much more intricate picture. But here's the big question. Does any of this actually work? Let's look deeper. A brief history of astrology. Astrology is as old as recorded civilization. It began in ancient Mesopotamia, where priests watched the stars and believed their patterns mirrored events on Earth. The appearance of Venus might signal peace, a lunar eclipse, impending war. From there, astrology spread. In ancient Egypt, it guided the timing of agriculture and ceremonies. In India, it became Jyotish, a rich system still practiced today. In Greece and Rome, it evolved into personal horoscopes, and thinkers like Ptolemy tried to ground it in reason. For centuries, astrology and astronomy were one and the same, both tools for understanding the heavens. But by the 1600s, something changed. With the rise of the scientific method, the telescope, and thinkers like Galileo and Newton, astronomy became science and astrology became something else. Why astrology is not science? Let's be clear. Astrology is not a science, and here's why. To be scientific, a claim must be testable, falsifiable, and backed by empirical evidence. Astrology fails on all three. Empirical evidence. Decades of studies have looked for consistent, measurable links between planetary positions and personality or behavior. The results? No better than chance. Falsifiability. Many astrological predictions are so vague they can't be proven wrong. A horoscope might say, "You may face a challenge today." That's almost always true and impossible to test. Controlled testing. When astrologers are tested under controlled conditions, matching birth charts to people or predicting outcomes, they consistently perform no better than random guesses. Astrology mimics science with charts and terminology, but it doesn't follow scientific rules. That's why it's classified as a pseudoscience, a belief system that looks scientific, but lacks evidence-based foundations. The psychology of belief. So why do millions still believe? One reason is psychology. We're meaning-making creatures. We crave patterns, narratives, and a sense of control. One cognitive bias at play is the Barnum effect, when people believe vague, general statements apply specifically to them. Horoscopes are often written to be broad, yet emotionally resonant. For example, you value connection, but sometimes need space. Who doesn't relate to that? Another factor is confirmation bias. We remember the predictions that come true and forget the ones that don't. Over time, we convince ourselves astrology works. And then there's identity. astrology offers a language for self-reflection. It feels personal, archetypal, almost spiritual. That emotional resonance is powerful, even if it's not scientific. Carl Jung's symbolic view. Carl Jung, the Swiss psychoanalyst, had a more symbolic take. He didn't believe astrology was literal, but he saw it as a symbolic system, a language of the collective unconscious. Jung believed in psychological archetypes, universal patterns of human thought, and he saw astrology as a map of these inner patterns, reflected through myth and metaphor. He once called astrology the sum of all the psychological knowledge of antiquity. To Jung, astrology didn't predict your life. It mirrored your inner world, helping you explore who you are. What did Aristotle say? Aristotle believed celestial motion influenced the earth. That much is true. But he did not endorse astrology. To him, the stars and planets were part of a larger natural order, a cosmic clock. But the idea that star positions at birth determined personality, he rejected that. Aristotle valued observation, logic, and causality. His framework laid the foundation for science, and astrology didn't fit. Why the rich and powerful still use astrology. It might surprise you, but many wealthy and powerful people consult astrologers, celebrities, CEOs, even hedge fund managers. Some use it to guide decisions, others for branding or personal insight. But what's actually happening? It's not magic, it's confidence. Belief systems, even flawed ones, can provide structure. They create rituals, reinforce intuition, and sometimes help people focus. But believing something works doesn't make it true. It makes it useful, and there's a difference. Free will versus cosmic destiny? Perhaps the most dangerous idea in astrology is determinism, the belief that your fate is fixed, written in the stars. But reality is more complex. Genes, environment, chance, and most importantly, choice shape your life. A birth chart may be a story, but you are the author. You choose what pages get written. You choose who you become. Conclusion: what should we believe? So, is astrology true? Scientifically? No. Symbolically? Possibly personally? That's up to you. Astrology is not useless. It can serve as a reflective tool, a way to explore identity and meaning, but it's not a science. And we must be careful not to confuse metaphor with measurement. In a world full of noise, astrology offers a story, but science offers a method, a way to test truth, not just feel it. At Evolve Science X, we believe you deserve both wonder and wisdom, mystery and method. The stars may inspire us, but it's our choices that define us. Thanks for listening to Evolve Science X. If you enjoyed this episode, subscribe for more deep dives into science, belief, and the human mind. And remember, the stars shine above us, but the future is in your hands.